Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Lewis Ridley and I'm going to be talking about what I think the medical system should be in Australia and why you should too. The person that I really want to start talking about is a man by the name of Bryan Johnson. Now, Bryan Johnson sold Venmo for millions of dollars, I'm not sure how much, and now he's focusing on not dying. That's right, his saying is don't die. Now, there's a lot of philosophical debates on what that looks like, and it challenges really the kind of traditions that we've kind of upheld until this point. Now, his theory, which I believe is actually quite smart, is, when we go to a doctor, we go to a doctor when we're sick, okay? However, he says, we say, oh, prevention's better than cure, where he kind of points this argument where measurement is better than prevention. Now, I want to postulate the question to you, if I say ignorance is bliss, if you had cancer or if you knew you were going to die next week, would you really want to know? Now, that is a big question, and I'm not sure if many of you guys would want to know, but let's say you did want to know. What would you do in that moment? Could you prevent that? Well, he kind of takes that to the extreme where if you're healthy right now and you can measure yourself in a way which you could kind of foreshadow the illnesses that you may get, or let's call it aging, what happens if we use science as a protocol or measurement to kind of get an outcome which will be able to use evidence-based practice to kind of predict the next stage of your age process? Now, he does that with a strict diet. Every calorie in his body fights for its existence, and he basically measures things. So I'll play a clip just so you can get kind of an idea of what he says.
My objective with Blueprint is to demonstrate aging escape velocity using the best science, trying to do all the appropriate interventions to neutralize my aging process. As far as I know, I'm the only person that has publicly posted my data. So I'm not saying, here's my protocol and believe me. I'm saying, here's my protocol, here's all my data, and here's what I'm experimenting with next, and here's where I've made mistakes, and here's where I'm trying to fix it. No matter how extreme I've had to be, no matter how eccentric people perceive me to be, because I'm outside the norms, demonstrating that age can be arrested would change everything.
So on that, you can see that he's very strict, and the joke is he kind of looks like a vampire, which is what I would say. And it's funny because, he's challenging the norm on what it means to exist. I love the point that he makes, is that when we look at our phones and our technology, we just know that in 5 years' time or 10 years' time, it's going to be better than we are now, right? Than they are now. We know AI is a crucial thing, and Hakeem and I have a video that I can link up there talking about the language model and how it's kind of growing into this place where we can't even fathom on what language or language model is and what consciousness is. It's quite an interesting idea. So when we talk about technology getting better in 10 years' time, but then when we ask the question of what are we going to be like in 10 years' time, I'm 23, I'm going to be 33, quick maths. I'd like to hope that I'm better. But the reality is I'm probably going to get older. I'm probably going to be less flexible. I might not be exercising as much, and life's going to catch up to me. So he challenges that notion and says, well, why can't we develop and get better as a species by measuring ourselves? MRIs are getting cheaper, technology is getting cheaper, more available, but there seems to be a lack of desire. Now, the only critique I have with this is, yes, people like myself and you watching will want to kind of measure things and seek the truth, no matter how hard it is, because if it's true, it'll still stand and it will set you free. Amen. So that's the interesting part. Not everyone wants to seek the truth. Not everyone wants to know that, hey, I'm going to die like this, or the way I'm eating. Like, people still smoke. People still don't wear seatbelts. People do silly things despite knowing that they're bad for them. So the question is this actually a good societal, philosophical idea that should be pushed amongst the human race? Anyway, the point is we need to start thinking. And his idea of don't die as measurement is incredible. He measures every organ and he wants to lower his epigenetic age. He wants to be able to do all these things, and it just sounds crazy. And people think, oh, Lewis, it's just a cash grab. He just wants to make money. He wants to be rich. He wants to sell a product, which he does sell, but he's open source. Open source. Like the source is in the fridge and it's open. Meaning you can literally Google right now and you can see his liver markers. You can see the age of his heart. You can see how many nighttime erections. Like that's hilarious, right? He's actually opening his data. He's saying, hey, not only am I taking these medications and these drugs, but this is the results and this is why. And the substances that he's taking are hyperlinked to Amazon so you can buy them yourself. It's all freely available. Now that is virtuous by any means, and whatever endeavor you're embarking on, you want to be able to, express information freely, because I believe information should be free. Yeah, so I just wanted to challenge you guys, is when you approach an idea or when you approach something that you feel might be meaningful, test it. So is it reliable? Do I want to put my beliefs in this? And is it a net good? Does it lead to life? Does it bring life? And if it brings life, it is good. Yes, we can argue on what that may look like, but come on. I think doctors need a change in Australia. We go there when we're sick and we leave with medication. Like, we don't fix ourselves with diet and exercise. We kind of go for the quick fix. And it seems to be a societal pressure where measurement isn't as important as prevention, which, we used to go to the doctor when our arm was broken off and then we'd walk out with a sling. And now you've got a bit of an ache and you go in and get it checked out and then they medicate you. What if you're feeling healthy and there's clinics set up to measure you? They already do exist in America. And I think More Plates, More Dates, Derek, is his name Derek? He has a similar business model up in Canada and America for that exact reason. Get your testosterone measured, see how healthy you are, measure your organs. Wouldn't it be great to be able to educate, advocate, and prevent through measurement? I think the saying, prevention's better than cure, but measurement is better than prevention. And that's what I think. And I think that needs to be adopted. If Bryan Johnson is a creep and he is a vampire and he wears an umbrella in the daytime because he doesn't like the sun because he's a vampire, damn. Either way, he's open source. The data is there. And it's like it's like measuring through prevention. Like you're preventing because you're measuring. And if you know, you can tame it. If you can name it, you can tame it. So yeah, I just encourage the Australian government and everyone to just kind of understand, maybe measure yourself, understand how your body works, why you're struggling to get up in the morning, the food you're eating, what you're consuming. It's all a part of this kind of holistic body of yours. Don't want to get super spiritual, but mind, soul, spirit, you got to make sure what you're ingesting is good. And that can be done through measurement. Measure yourself. What are you doing? How am I feeling lately? What am I doing? What's causing this? Become your own individual scientist. So that's my little clip that I want to encourage everyone to do, is to start measuring themselves. Take a leaf out of Bryan's book. Yes, Bryan is a bit strange, but he's funny, but he's who he is. And I encourage everyone to not only prevent themselves from getting sick, but measure yourself so you can understand how you can maximize your life and maximize what the food you get. And I think he starts it off with sleep. Just get sleep down pat first. If you can sleep, that's great. But look, I haven't done many videos like this in a while, but I just wanted to get on here and rant about it because I think it's important. And I think that if we can have this societal shift and just have conversations about it like I'm doing now, I think it's a great thing. And it might be the start of something new in our society. Thanks for watching, guys.